One. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Twin Life Podcast.
Welcome.
Yes, brand new episode. We are getting it done. We're staying on top of it this time. We're very proud.
We're excited.
Very, very proud.
And it's been a full, I feel like it's been like a full week of stuff.
Yeah, already. It's crazy how like a week flies by so fast. I feel like we literally just recorded, as we're recording, our episode went out.
Yes.
So it's like.
So if you're listening to this and you haven't listened to last week's, listen to last week's and listen to this week.
Go ahead and rewind and listen.
Last week was a good one too.
Yeah, really good one. So we have some fun, exciting stuff to cover this week. By the way, I'm Ashley.
Oh, I'm Amber.
Yes, if you're listening to us in audio, it might be a little bit confusing, but you will get used to it.
Yeah.
Head on over to YouTube. You can watch this audio version in video, and then it'll be a little bit less confusing as far as the voices go. But yeah, so okay, so let's go over our week really quick because I know I feel like not too much crazy stuff happened. Like there's always soccer, so soccer's always going to be a thing for me.
I think my week was a little bit more like.
Oh wait, no. So okay, besides regular stuff, their kids are on fall break. So they've been home with me most of the time because it's Wednesday, so we're halfway through the first week of fall break. So that's been happening, and then also on Sunday, you and I went to an event.
Oh, we did.
And it was put on by this organization called San Diego Melanin, and it was super, super fun.
Shout out SD Melanin, it was great.
Yes, we will put their information on Instagram and everything in the show notes or description, so you guys can go follow them on Instagram. They're really lovely. We had a lot of fun at this event. Amber got invited by one of her coworkers, or not one of her coworkers, one of her friends.
Yeah, Landon's friend's mom.
Landon's girlfriend's mom. Her name is, anyways, we don't have to put her name out there, but anyways, their names are very cute together. They go together very well. And we've become friends with her. So she invited Amber, and Amber was like, "You want to come to this thing with me?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm glad I went because we showed up at a good time, and she showed up super late.
I feel like Ashley and I, we tend to have we're on the same time schedule as far as what we like to do in our life. We were we had joked to people that she was my wife before I was in a long-term relationship and before she was with Derek.
Yeah.
So we kind of seamlessly
fall into a pattern.
So we knew that we both wanted to get there about the same time. We wanted to watch football. We wanted to sit at the bar. We just kind of kicked it and chilled, and it was really fun. I think it's funny because I find it hard for me to I always am just I don't want to ever go to do something by myself. I always feel I need to go do
with someone,
which people say that you should do. You should go to concerts, you should take yourself to movies, you should do all that stuff. You should be able to do those things by yourself. But I've never been a big fan of doing things on my own. So I'm glad that Ashley went because my girlfriend she didn't show up till 3 hours after I would have wanted.
She showed up at
there.
4.
Yeah, it started at 1, but it was from 1 to 8. And it started at 1, but Ashley and I got there at
1:30.
Right at 1:30 before it got crazy. And it was an event where you had to buy tickets, and you had to reserve your you could reserve a table, but reserve your spot, quote unquote, so you could they were selling tickets for this event. So we wanted to make sure we got there and got a good table or got a good seat and
got a lay of the land.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure when we were in our early 20s, we would have been totally fine standing around.
Yeah, we would have gotten there at 5.
Yeah, and been standing around in our heels for freaking hours, and our feet would have been killing us, and it sucked. And wouldn't have been able to eat, wouldn't have been able to really chat, and it was Sunday, so of course we wanted to watch the Cowboys play, and
yeah,
so it ended up being a lot of fun. So I'm really glad that you went. So if you guys haven't checked out our content from it, it was a lot of fun. Sorry you missed our stories, but maybe we should put a reel together of
or we just need to have a highlight.
Yeah, we guys can do a highlight.
Yeah,
we didn't really do a whole lot of real worthy, I don't think content for it.
We're just hanging out and having fun. So we did Instagram stories. We also did a live. That's up
yes.
There.
Oh yeah, there's a reel from our live.
There's a 5-minute live probably. It's 5 minutes probably max. So we did that. And yeah, so that was basically it.
I took Landon. So that was my weekend was packed with stuff for some reason. I packed. My plan was to pack. I didn't purposefully pack everything this weekend, but I I had that with Ashley on Sunday, and then on Saturday I took Lana to Hot Wheels. It's I keep calling it Hot Wheels Monster Jam. That's not what it's called. It's called Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live.
Okay.
And we second year in a row I've taken Landon, and of course he's been to Monster Jam a bunch, but like not a bunch, but he's been to Monster Jam before. But we did. I changed it up last year and was like, oh, I've never heard of this one. Like this is going to be a lot more kids friendly, and it is. It's like the theme is like glow in the dark. So there's a bunch of glowing stuff. Everything's with like black lights, and all the trucks are like lit up, and it's all it's inside. Like it's inside, which honestly a little bit for me, I think. I mean, it's a glow show, so it has to be inside for that reason. I think part of the cool factor for like kids is like it's very engaging with children. The energy is very like kid friendly. They have active like hosts that are like going up and down the rows and the aisles, and like it's a lot of fun. It's like very kid focused. So I'm glad that I took Landon to that for this year. It was different than last year. I got better seats this year. I got us better seats this year. It was pretty loud. Like I feel like last year we were so far back that like we didn't feel like it was necessary to really have headphones on the whole time. But this time we were a lot closer, and so like headphones were necessary. But it was a blast.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then I was supposed to take Landon to go. Well, in my head, I thought I was supposed to be taking him to go see Paw Patrol, and you guys can like give me your thoughts on whether or not I should have done this or not. But I took Landon to go to the movie theater up the street to go see Paw Patrol. And I get to the movie, get Landon and I snacks, get us like in our seats. We're like 20 minutes early. It was great. We're hanging out. And I start to notice like the commercials were like previous. Adult. No, the commercials. Now they have like the commercials that roll in the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah. So the commercials in the beginning.
I you were saying, I thought in my head you were saying previews.
No, we only saw one preview. So,
okay, got it.
So there was commercials at the beginning, and I was like, these aren't like kid friendly like commercials. Like I thought that like they would have had more kid friendly commercials for like the Paw Patrol movie because there's kids sitting in there. Like it wasn't highly inappropriate or anything, but it was just like not quite kid appropriate. I ate popcorn before this, and it's like sticking it out. Yeah. So it wasn't quite. The commercials weren't quite kid friendly. I started seeing adults coming into the theater, and I'm like, keep looking at my tickets, like checking them. I'm like, okay, we're in auditorium 12. Went outside, looked auditorium 12. Still not the right freaking like. Apparently, it wasn't the right movie because we sat there for another 10 minutes. The previews finally came on. The first one is like I see like a giant green like rated R, and I was like, oh my gosh, rated R! Like what is happening? Like what is going on? Movie. Yeah, I was like, why is there rated R? So I get up and like Landon, close your eyes, and like he sits there, closes his eyes. I run downstairs. I go to the front to like or not the we'll like back out to the person that checked us in. I'm like looking at my phone, and I'm like, hey, like I'm in this theater 12, like auditorium 12, like we're supposed to be seeing the Paw Patrol movie. A rated R like preview just shot up on the screen. I'm just very confused. Like, are we not in the right theater? And the guy who checked us in just kind of looked at it and was like, still stunned and confused. He didn't, not a kid of many words. And when I say kid, he was probably like 18 or 19 years old. And he kind of like looked at it and was like confused. And then somebody like walked up that had like a walkie-talkie on. So apparently they must have been like a manager or some kind. But like walked by. I was like, hey, what's the issue? And I was like, yeah. Like I explained it to him. He's like, oh no, this doesn't come out till tomorrow. So we sat there for 25 minutes. I bought like $30 worth of freaking like kid like snacks, movie snacks. Yeah. Only to be like, oh, it's next week. So my thought was that, oh, I'm dumb. I should have read the ticket better. But Ashley and Derek both strongly believe that I should have gotten.
So this is what I said, because yes, obviously, like you should pay attention to like when you buy a ticket or something, like you're there on the right day, right? That's fine. What I don't understand is that's why you have people to check you in to verify you're there to see the right film. That's their whole purpose.
Oh, okay. For anybody who's like, well, why didn't you just read the sign above at this movie theater, it doesn't say the film name. It just says the Auditorium 12 or Auditorium 16. So there's no way for me to have like known that, like when I walk up and be like, oh, that definitely doesn't say. So I don't even know what movie we were in. I just know that it was not a kid's movie, and it was probably like a scary horror movie or something.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about the fact, like reading the sign, like the little kiosk, or what is it called?
I don't know.
Whatever that sign is called, above the thing. I never even thought about that. Honestly, like to me, because to be honest, like I look at like the number on the door. I don't ever look at that stupid sign that hangs above the thing. I just look at the sign on the door. I'm like, oh, this is door 11. In we go. Like that would not have occurred. I may have just looked up there because I glanced up there, but I don't know if it would have been like I don't know. Anyways, I told her that she should have gone like when she left and they realized that she was there for the wrong movie. She'd have been like, cool. So since you checked me in and allowed me to go in and sit in a whole theater waiting for a movie that doesn't even come out till tomorrow, I would like you to refund me for next week, next Friday. You need to refund me for all these snacks that I bought so that I can purchase snacks on the day that I actually want to go see the movie. Because nobody's out here just walking to the movie theater buying movie theater snacks because they just want them so bad because they're so freaking delicious.
Honestly, when we go next time, Lane and I will be going to Walmart. And we will be getting candy from Walmart.
Or the dollar store.
Or Dollar Tree. Because, like, yes, it's part of the movie experience. Like, I just, as a kid, like, I always hated that we had to do that because there were so many of us. And, like, obviously it's cheaper. But there's something about going in and like standing in line and getting your movie snacks and like it's part of like the experience of going to a movie. Mm-hmm. So I like to like splurge on the movie snacks, especially because we're going to a theater that's not one of those like super crazy expensive like $16 a head theaters.
Yeah.
So I did it with that. So that was great. But if you guys think I should have gone and got $30 worth of credit for my movie snacks, please leave it in the comments and let me know. I guess I'll remember for next time.
I might try to do. I know Spotify has like a survey thingy that you can put like polls.
Oh, okay.
I might try to put that in a poll. You have to remind me to put that in a poll, and then people can vote like, get your refund or don't get your refund.
Yeah,
or exactly. Just let it go.
Is that your fault?
Yeah.
Because my initial thought for everything in life is it's got to be my fault initially. Like I must have done something. I have a therapist. Don't come for me. But my initial thought when something gets messed up is it's my fault. So it didn't occur to me to be like, well, let me blame the movie theater 17-year-old kid.
Because we both worked in service, right? So I understand the example I think I gave you was like, if you go to a restaurant and you show up, which happens all the time, people think their reservation is on this day because they think of the day that they wanted the reservation to be, not the date.
Right.
So like they'll be like, oh, my reservation's on Friday, but it's which is the 20 whatever freaking day, this random day. Say it's the 11th, and you know for sure your reservation is on Friday the 11th, and then you realize the 11th is until Saturday.
Yeah.
So then you show up on Friday. My reservation's for Friday. Well, sorry, it says on here it's the 11th. Isn't it the 11th? No, it's the 10th. And you're like, oh my gosh, so my reservation's not until tomorrow, right? So like that's very easy to fix. And you know what people do in restaurants? They say like they catch that at the host stand, first of all.
Right.
Like, and then I was thinking like, what would happen if they just checked you in because they didn't want to tell you, hey, I'm so sorry, we can't find you on the list. They didn't want to tell you that. So they just like say, oh, we're just going to add you to the list. And then you end up waiting at the bar for an hour and a half for a reservation you can't even have.
Right.
And then somebody comes and tells you like, oh, what are you waiting for? I'm waiting
Honestly,
an hour and a half.
I wish that
sorry, your reservation's tomorrow.
I wish that like the names were on the theater or on the like this towers and like I would have known more of like what the schedule for the movies were because like my coworker was like, we could have just gone to see another movie for free. And like in theory, I could have gone to see another movie for free, but I didn't know what else was playing. Like I didn't do that much. Like
it would never have occurred to me to just be like, well, we're going in a theater.
Right.
We're going in a random theater.
If it was just me by myself, I'd have been like,
you want to see something else?
Yeah. Like, this is the movie I was
going to see. You could probably even catch a movie like 10, 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like see them again.
Yeah, exactly. What have I already seen?
Yeah.
So anyways.
Yeah.
It was a handful.
That was really funny to me. Like when you called me and I was like, you'll never believe this. I was like, wait, what? It's like, how does that happen? And then poor Landon, he was so sad because it's hard to explain to him, you know?
It was so hard. And I'm trying to like be like upbeat about it. Okay, but it's totally fine. Like, we're going to go next week, I promise. And then like making my son believe that like, he's like, so we are going to see Hot Wheels Monster Trucks tomorrow.
Like, we're not going to get there and it's closed.
Exactly. I know for sure. And I did chat. I was like, please, Lord, let it
not be next week.
I looked at the tickets. I looked at the schedule. So I not only did I put the movie in my phone calendar wrong because everything goes on my phone calendar, and it didn't automatically link from the like ticket to my email to my Gmail, so I had to manually add it. So I added it to the wrong day. So it's whatever. It's just
I just can't believe nobody caught that before you went inside the theater. Yeah, that's what baffles me.
So, anyways,
Oh wait, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say just in other news around the bend, we've got a whole like Kelce Swift love
Is that what we're calling it? Kelce Swift? Is that what they're calling it?
I don't know what they're calling it.
We should come up with a name. What should they be?
I don't know. I remember those shoes. K Swift. Remember
K Swiss?
K Swiss. So like
maybe they could be K Swift.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Not bad. K Swift.
She could be Taylor Kelce. No. His last name's Kelce, right?
Yeah. Taylor Kelce.
Taylor Kelce. Taylor and Travis.
Taylor Swift Kelce.
Taylor
TNT.
Well, yeah, because of course she wouldn't drop her name.
Why would she? No.
Her whole fan base.
Her whole name is.
And Taylor. He can't because he's
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. Yeah.
I think it's so funny that people think that like people are like, oh my god, Taylor Swift is making Travis Kelce famous.
Okay, I was literally just gonna say that. So I saw like a TikTok and it was like the thing said or Instagram, whatever, one of those. It literally said like how to trigger your partner.
Oh, so many of these. Hey babe, did you know that
some random football player is dating Taylor Swift? It's like, what do you mean some random football?
Who? Guy named Travis Kelce?
Travis Kelce, yeah. Like a Super Bowl, 2-time Super Bowl winning
tight
Travis
end,
Kelce,
probably Hall of Fame tight end, like one of the best, if not the best, current playing tight end in the.
Travis
Kelce
is dating who?
Whose brother is also like one of the best centers of all time.
So this is the thing.
They also have a great podcast. If you've never heard their podcast, they have a hilarious podcast.
So, okay, this sounds dumb. But if you don't follow sports, you don't have any idea who he is.
Right.
None. So people can get mad all they want to about like these women not knowing who that is. I only know who Travis Kelce is because our family group chats talks about the man all the time.
Because the reason, this is the thing too, one of the reasons why Travis Kelce started to become famous because he was dating this black woman for a very long time. And he's very attractive. So people started posting him a lot on social media, ignoring the fact that the man is a great football player.
Yeah.
Because women don't care, quote unquote, about football, which is that's a whole annoying thing. But the bigger question that I thought of about this whole situation is it unfortunate that or is it just like the way humanity works, where our frame of reference is only circled around our frame of reference? Where like somebody can literally be super famous and people be like, I don't know who that is.
But okay, but that's like the algorithm that does that. If you don't ever follow anything about football, you're like, example, okay, I went to my workout today or a couple days ago, and the guys at the gym were talking about Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
And the game, because the game was a blowout. And they were talking about the game, and they were talking about how they were talking about Taylor Swift because ESPN kept popping her up on the screen.
Good Lord. I thought people were annoyed about Colorado. I'm sure football fans are like, get off the screen. Get off my screen, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So these guys were like, they were talking about it and they were like, yeah, like I don't like Taylor Swift is cool. Like I like some of her songs, whatever. And one of the guys was like, I can't name one Taylor Swift song. He's our age. He's born 88. So I show up at the workout, right? And the owner comes up to me. He's like, Ashley, I need you to put on Taylor Swift. And I was like, what? He's like, I need you to pick a song. Like there's some songs, like pick a famous Taylor Swift song and play it on the radio and see if this fool knows who that is. And I was like, what? He was like, and I looked at him. I thought they were joking.
Oh.
They were not. He was serious. Because I looked him in the eyes and I was like, are you serious?
You don't know a single Taylor Swift song?
And in my head, I was thinking, okay, maybe he's younger than me. So he just didn't get like the wave of like, but then I was like, did you not have a girlfriend in high school? Like we were in high school at the same time. Like Taylor Swift came out when I was 16 years old. He was 17. You're not telling me, you can't tell me
you got all the way
that you got 30s? All the way. You've never heard one Taylor. He was like, well, I mean, I kind of know who she is, but is she that famous? I was like, sir, is Taylor Swift that famous?
Really feel like, and no one come for me, but I really think Taylor Swift is like the Beyonce for the Caucasian.
She is.
Like, she is the queen.
She's coming for Beyonce.
Pop. She is the queen of pop right now.
She is, and she keeps being.
Beyonce's queen of R&B. She's the queen of soul right now. Next generation. Obviously, there's many other ones, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston. In the last 30 years
of our generation,
Beyonce is the queen of R&B.
Yeah.
Okay. Taylor Swift is the queen of pop.
Yeah, she is.
They are reigning equally.
So yeah.
Okay,
So a couple of things. First of all, it was genius marketing for them to have just happen to have NSYNC present her award.
Yeah.
Production, they may not have known, but production knew what they were doing because they already knew who won. Like who can we get? We can millennials everywhere. We're gonna go freaking nuts. Then she has the audacity to go to a football game with Travis Kelce and sit with his mother and proceed to scream her head off when the man scores a touchdown. I was just like,
honestly, I was shocked that Taylor Swift
knew that much about football. The way she was reacting to the game, she knew what was going on. She wasn't reacting like a girl that was like,
she did grow up in the South.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be weird for her to not understand football because I'm sure she has football focused. Her dad probably loves football.
Yeah.
She probably grew up around college football. Like
she's in Tennessee.
Yeah. But again, like people's sphere of influence. Like if Steph Curry can get on the stage in SoFi and sing Paramore "Misery Business" word for freaking word, what song did he know? Because I know this fool knew a Taylor Swift song.
No, he didn't.
Trouble? He didn't. He didn't know a single one?
I don't know which one he said he knew. I was focused on my workout after like song 3.
Okay.
And they kept saying, "Do you know this song? You know this song? You know this song?" And he kept saying, "No." And so I was like, "Okay." And then he left. And they kept playing songs. I'd be like, "Do you know this one? Do you know this one? Do you know this one? Do you know this one?" He's like, "No." He probably knows like Tim McGraw. We didn't go that far back.
Right.
like that was her first album, I think, that song. So maybe he knows that song because that was a song that was like popular when we were in high school. But as an adult, I guess he doesn't know the music. But I just thought it was so weird that he couldn't name one.
Honestly, I think so. Her 2 albums that she's put out. Well, she's put out 2 new albums, right? And then she's re-recorded 2 or 3.
Yeah, so she just re-recorded 1989.
Okay, so the new album she came out with in 2020 that she recorded at her house.
She has 2, Folklore.
Okay.
And then there's one, I can't remember the name of the one that just came out before her tour.
Okay.
But it's Folklore, and then the other one that just came out that has like the same like Cruel Summer.
Yeah.
Has those songs on it. Yeah, so don't come for me. I don't know the name of these songs. But okay, so then the lady I was working out with, she's a little bit older than us. She's in her 40s, so she's not quite 10 years older. But she said like Taylor Swift didn't come up on her algorithm whatsoever because she doesn't care for her. Like she doesn't hate her, but she's like, I don't really listen to her.
Taylor Swift doesn't come up.
She's just too old to care about Taylor Swift. No offense, but like she was in high school, she was in college when she came out.
How I feel kind of about like the Jonas Brothers in One Direction
or JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa is about 20 years too young.
Yeah,
for me to care about who she is.
Yeah, so like. But that's how she was. She was like, I kind of know who she is. But so then everyone was talking about her. I was talking to the guys at the gym about how she made Travis Kelce's her uniforms go up 400%, or his jerseys go up 400%. And she was like, "Wait, what?" And she was like, "Wait, say that again." Because I was like, she's like, "What about Taylor Swift?" And I was like, "Okay, so let me explain to you what's going on." Because she had no context. Right. Apparently, she doesn't watch football and she didn't know anything. So she was like, so what? Like, why is she doing that? And so then we started talking about how, like, basically everything the woman touches just turns to gold.
Turns to money.
It just turns to money. Like, she could breathe on something and just gold. It's crazy. And I think that's why they put Taylor Swift on stage with NSYNC, was to bring the new generation that's in love with Taylor Swift, like the kids who connect to her now, and connect them to NSYNC. So that bridged the gap. Like,
and that showed that, like, it made NSYNC cool
relevant
because Taylor Swift loves them.
Facts. And she went. And you know what? The other thing too, and this is gonna be a whole podcast about Taylor Swift. The other thing too that I love about her is she's genuine. So this is what this girl at the gym was saying too. She's super smart. They tried to make her come off like a dumb, innocent girl that doesn't know anything about life, but she's not.
That's her brand.
But she's trying to change her brand to be like more like, I'm a grown. She's our age.
Taylor Swift will be 40 years old.
She's a whole adult.
People will still be thinking she's gonna be 40 years old. People are gonna still be thinking that she's like this nice, innocent 20-year-old girl.
Yeah. I think
strumming her guitar with big curly hair.
I think that was probably what the issue. This is a weird connection, but Chris Brown, because when he started his career, the big thing his manager used to tell him, smile all the time, always smile, whenever he sang, because it made people warm up to him, you know.
And I think that was an issue for him because he was like, once he started getting older and he wanted to sing about man stuff,
yeah,
he was like, I can't be the 16-year-old kid talking about run it. Like I have to like I want to sing R&B, like a grown man R&B, you know?
But now I feel
So I
bad
think
'cause
Justin Bieber's gonna have a hard issue too. He's pushing 30.
yeah, Justin Bieber. Well, he backed out of his last tour. He's not. He wasn't. He can't hang. Physically, can't hang.
He is apparently
But
he's ill.
a lot of these artists. I think Justin Bieber may have like an autoimmune disorder or something. I think
Yeah.
that's maybe why it's going. But a lot of our artists that we love, like Backstreet Boys, had to take a couple nights off because Brian lost his voice. Paramore, she lost her voice. She had to cancel 2 shows because she couldn't talk at all.
But she got the flu. She got a respiratory infection.
Oh, okay, respiratory infection.
Like so bad that like they couldn't treat it to make it so she could perform.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
Yeah,
like she posted it on her Instagram. Who else? There's been a few of us older artists.
So Travis Kelce said that he slipped Taylor Swift his number somehow
on a bracelet.
On a what? Why are we giving her friendship bracelets? Is that a thing?
So apparently, for those we've never gone to Taylor Swift's show because again, love her. Also, don't love her enough to spend $1,500 to go see her. Okay, but at her tour, she gives friendship bracelets to everybody. So
to people on her tour.
No,
like her tour.
The audience gets Taylor Swift friendship bracelets. It's like their gift.
What?
Yeah, apparently. Either that or like the VIPs all get them. It's something like that, but that's a gift that she gives away on her tour. Okay. So it's like a thing. So he was like, yeah, he tells the story.
Yeah.
On his podcast. So he decided, okay, I'm gonna be cool and write my number.
That's why NSYNC gave her friendship bracelets.
Because of her tour.
Okay. I didn't understand the connection.
Yes.
But I saw that and he was just saying that like, but one of the things was that's how I got connected to it. She doesn't talk to anybody after her tour when her concert's over. She doesn't talk because she doesn't talk at all because she can't. They don't want her to lose her voice. She doesn't want to lose her voice. She doesn't speak to anybody.
I mean,
smart.
Yeah.
She doesn't talk. So he was like, I want to talk to her after, but she doesn't talk to anybody.
Yeah,
that's what he said. So I guess they must do meet and greets pre-show.
Maybe
so that because she talks before the show.
But I mean, Taylor Swift has had super famous people coming to her concert just like Beyonce.
Yeah.
So honest to God, somebody may have had to explain to her who Travis Kelce was. And maybe she secretly is a huge football fan and we just don't know enough about Taylor Swift's actual taste in life. Because really, when you think about it, like, what is Taylor Swift into? What is Taylor Swift like? Does she like sports? Does she like her? Like, you don't know really about like who she is. Are you looking at the friendship bracelets?
She has a song lyric, apparently. The song lyric goes, because there were pages turned with the bridges burned. Everything you lose is a step you take. So make the friendship bracelets, take the moment, and taste it. You've got no reason to be afraid. I don't know what song that is. But to be fair, Taylor Swift has a lot. I've realized this because somebody asked me today, reference a Taylor Swift lyric. And I was like, she has a lot of words in her songs.
So many.
If it's not in the hook, that's from Midnights, apparently.
Okay.
So that's why. I think Midnights
is the title I thought it was the title of her album.
Okay, so tradition of trading friendship bracelets at her concerts is inspired by the lyrics of her song, You're on Your Own Kid, from the most recent album, Midnights. That's the name of the album, Midnights.
Because it dropped at midnight.
Yes. So that's why she's giving it, because of that situation. And this article basically explains what we just said about Travis Kelce and the friendship bracelets and why. Cute though.
Good move.
Because obviously, because he knew more about
why
this.
did he decide that he just liked Taylor Swift all of a sudden? I think in my head, for some reason, Travis Kelce to me is like 45 years old, and I bet the band's like 37.
He's not that old because he's an NFL player,
right?
And he currently plays, and he's no Tom Brady, so I don't think he's going to be playing that long. Let's see. Travis Kelce, 33.
Oh,
she might be older. Huh? Taylor Swift might be older.
Maybe by like a year.
Did you hear that his ex reached out to Taylor Swift to let her know that Travis Kelce's a cheater and she should stay away?
Oh yeah. That's also topic number 2.
That's stupid.
So many things you can pull from Taylor Swift content.
Yeah, okay. This episode is gonna have Taylor Swift in the. Gonna be Taylor. Maybe Swift. We'll call it Midnights. I don't know. We're gonna call it something, but something having to do with her. We call it T Swift. No, we have to call it. We have to call it. Is that what we said? Yeah, T Swift. But that doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really reference Travis, but it kind of does. No, K Swift. Oh, K Swift. K Swift. Yes, that's what we're gonna name the episode. Okay. By the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, you may be too young to watch or listen to our podcast. But there used to be a commercial. Got love for my shoes, K Swift. Yes, K Swift. Yes. There used to be a commercial for these shoes. So K Swift. We coined it. Don't steal it. Yeah. Bam. K Swift. K Swift. So my next question was going to be, I'm glad you looked it in. Do we think that is like girl code where you feel like it's just necessary for you to unload on like no all the secrets of your relationship with that person in the theme of like protecting the new person? Obviously I have a strong opinion about this because this is my life for years, but I just would like to say first, Travis Kelce's net worth is a cool $35 million. Last time I checked, Taylor Swift is 8 million, is 800 million. That was the last time I checked, but we're just gonna check again. It's gotta be pushing $1 billion. Yeah. So I said that to somebody yesterday, and they were like, "Wait, how much did you say?" Oh, okay. These people reached last time. It's 570 million. But that's her solo net worth. Travis Kelce thought he had money. Right? What must that be like? What must it be like? She's like rich. She's like never has to look at you never have to look at your. She could buy a house. She could buy. She could buy a $10 million house in cash. She could buy an island. And not have to think twice. And this is the craziest thing about that. When you have that much money and that much fame, you don't pay for anything anyway. Yeah. She's not paying for dinner. She owns all of her stuff. She's not paying for like the regular stuff. Like she pays for gas. That's probably the most regular thing. And Taylor Swift has to buy, like they have to buy her own groceries. Like she's not getting her groceries and her gas donated. But as far as like doing any kind of like event or any kind of like social activity. She just says Taylor Swift is coming and she gets it for free. I bet she eats for free. Everywhere. The only place she probably doesn't. She goes to is if she goes to like a drive. Yeah. But she probably doesn't go. No, somebody goes for her. Yeah, or it gets Ubered to her house. And probably not Ubered to her. It probably gets Ubered. No, somebody has to go pick it up because it can't get delivered to her. Yeah. That's 570 million. But again, Travis is like, I'm doing great in life. You know what I mean? Like I am. So let's talk about our episode last week. We're talking about how men who don't make the same amount of money as their partner. But that is like. But this is the thing. We were comparing scrubs to highly educated, like successful women. Okay? Her net worth is more than Beyonce. Well, it probably is now. They're probably going like this. Beyonce's is 450 million. They're probably going like this because of their freaking. I bet it changes. Concerts. Yeah, I bet it changes on a daily basis. I think the 800 million was estimated at the end of the tour. But still, man, that's crazy. Anyways, yeah, I think So, well, first I'll hit this point. I think that what we were talking about last week was more of like the scrubs versus like highly educated women. Like we're not. There's a difference between making $30,000 a year and making $120,000 a year. Yeah. In perspective of money, 570 million is a lot, but there's not much other than like buying things that Taylor Swift can do that Travis Kelce can't do. Yeah. But what it does do is allow for Travis to have more. So when he gets done playing football, his marketability value, because he's already beautiful. So that was great for him. So he could have modeled if he didn't play football. But his marketability now that he's dating Taylor Swift was just a great move. But I know if we know anything about Taylor Swift's dating life, she doesn't date famous people on purpose. Facts. And if she is dating famous people, you don't know she's dating them until after the album comes out. So this is the first most public. So he must be like a really nice dude. But what I think though, is that she wasn't allowed to talk about them.
I think they had more control of her. Her management team controlled her life a lot, and you kind of feel like when you watch her documentary, which there's a specific scene where she's sitting in a room and she's talking to this videos resurfaced. She's talking to her parents about how she wants to speak out. And her dad said no. She said, "I'm grown now. I will speak about whatever I want to speak about." And she was talking to her dad. She's like, "Dad, if you hate me, that's fine. That if you're upset with me,
you're very conservative."
She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "If you're upset with me, you don't agree with me, that's fine. But I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. Well, this is your brand. You got to protect it." I have $570 million. How much more brand do I need to protect? Like, right. I understand she employs a lot of people, and I'm not disregarding that. If she stopped working and she retired from music, a lot of people would not have jobs. They would have a lot of money because she did give them a lot of bonuses.
Yes.
However, a lot of people wouldn't have jobs. She is a business. Beyonce and they said Beyonce and Taylor Swift to put how many millions of
billions of dollars
into the economy
between Barbie, Beyonce, and Taylor Swift. They have put billions of dollars into the economy. They are crazy, fueling the freaking
whole country.
Yeah, because inflation's so bad that we're getting fueled by we can't pay for gas, but people can go and they will max out their credit cards to see Beyonce and Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
and pay for the hotel that they have to stay in the city and all that stuff.
It says that Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and top films like Barbie and Oppenheimer,
right,
put $8.5 billion into the U.S. economy.
Yep.
In 3 months.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's the best thing that could have happened to her. Anyways.
So, do we think that, again, I'll let you go first because I have like a very personal viewpoint of this because I dealt with it for many, many years. But do you think that women should be trying to save the next woman from this horrible person or man that they were with before?
So they just mind their own business? What I feel is that if a woman does come to you and say something to you, I don't think you should just throw her out. Because it must have been like, plenty of people have bad relationships. They don't take it upon them. There's crazy women, but they don't always take it upon themselves to like approach you and say, go out of their way. Because they should just be done. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, wash your hands and then move on. But I think I don't think you should just be like, oh, she's automatically assume she's crazy. I think investigation needs to be done. Like questions need to be asked of him. What is she talking about? Why is she still so attached to you in this way? I think it's a red flag because like, not to your scale, but I've been in relationships where like women have said things to me about the person and it turned out to be true. So I feel like, damn, if I just listened, I would have saved myself some time, you know? But also though,
no one does that.
No one does that. But also, if you like, example, we were just watching Love is Blind before we started recording this. We're watching Love is Blind.
Love is Blind season 5.
Yes, we will probably do a recap episode. Like, we'll have to do like a recap of the 4 episodes. Maybe that'll be next week's podcast. I think that with women like reaching out to you, you should listen to them and like question the person. And I think it's a huge red flag if a person comes after you or comes to you and says, this person's crazy, blah, blah, blah. But also at the same time, if they just say like, oh, in Taylor Swift and Homeboy's case, like he cheated.
This is the part that got me from this specific situation. First of all, I don't remember who this woman is that Travis Kelce was dating. That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's been very quiet over the last few months because they broke up a long time ago. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she broke up with him.
Well, she's saying it's because he cheated on her.
Right. So, but to come out now is weird and go to Taylor Swift just seems
clout chasing.
Oh yeah. Does she not think that Taylor Swift's people have not probably?
Oh, hold up now.
What?
We have an update.
Oh. As of today, Travis Kelce's ex walks back Taylor Swift shade, stands behind cheating claims though. The truth is the truth. So she must have said something bad about Taylor Swift. She said, I don't hate Taylor Swift, nor am I bitter. Her name is Maya Benbury, by the way. She's 31. And she wrote something on Instagram on Tuesday basically saying, I got asked about my relationship, so I said what I said. She's like, it's my life. I can say whatever I want. And she said, oh, she's a life coach. The life coach asserted that her narrative about Kelce cheating on her has never changed, basically. That she thinks he's a cheater and it is what it is. She said, but once she caught wind that what she wrote was getting shade, then she pulled it. Because what she wrote, she said when she figured out what she wrote insinuated shade, she stepped back. I want to know what like the original thing she said was, because what seems like she basically was saying, I thought all she was saying was like Taylor Swift, watch out because he's a cheater. Is that not what she said? I don't know, but what she went on to say is Taylor Swift is basically a billionaire and a boss. There's no need to hate, nor have I or will I. Like I said in my interview, I wish her the best of luck, and I mean that genuinely. So she must have said like wish you luck, and people took that as yeah. But she was genuinely just saying like no, like this is my experience with him. They came to me and asked me. Right. It doesn't. Daily Mail came to her, want to do an interview. Like, your man is dating Taylor Swift. How do you feel? And she basically was like, "Cool. He cheated on me, though. So, like, why are you asking me? Who? Like, I don't know. I feel Daily Mail's trying to start drama for no reason. Basically, they took the spoon. They just stirred it up. So that's what you do. Is you always answer with, like, even if she was like, I hope the best for them. They'd been like, oh, she said, Kelce wasn't the man for me, but he could be the man for Taylor Swift. Wishes her the best. I feel like how can it, my opinion, how can it not sound shady because their relationship ended badly? So it doesn't matter what comes out of her mouth. They're going to flip it. It can sound like shade. Yeah. She could be saying like, no, I'm happy for him. Like, but when you read it in an article, it's not going to sound like that. No, it's not. That's why she's trying to like retract, and she apparently like put up like screenshots of the interview that she did with them and everything. And she's like, "This is the context of what I was saying." Yeah, that's what I said. Blah blah blah. To try to like backtrack it, but she's probably just like, I don't want anything to do with this. Like, why is my ex is now dating one of the richest women in the country, richest and most famous woman in the country? Congratulations. Also, Taylor Swift has been known to devour some men's hearts. Right. So she could be saying they both need to watch out. That's honestly what people are saying. Like, the next Taylor Swift album is going to be Travis Kelce's pieces. She hasn't written any bad songs about the guy that she broke up with, right? She was with him for 7 years. She hasn't had an album since she broke up with him. Oh, that was 2023, huh? They just broke up. She already had dropped Midnight by then. Yeah. She seems fine. But that's when we found out they broke up. No, they just recently broken up, right? I'm just saying, like, that album could have been like her thoughts. Like, people don't. But also, I think people don't just break up after 7 years. Wake up one morning like, we're done. They like had been going that direction. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess he was like a writer and like helped write folklore, and like they had known each other for years. So they had a very, very quiet relationship. You don't really ever see him. That's what I'm saying. This is a different one for me for Taylor, because this one's very, very public, very, very famous. Travis Kelce probably could win Sexiest Man Alive at some point in People magazine. Like, it's like royalty dating each other. It's American wise. It's a bit like the Queen of England dating like the prince of some unknown country in fucking the UK. Those of us who are football fans do not feel that way. Being a fan of Taylor Swift and loving football, I feel like it's more like we're losing your light. Losing my light? Yeah. So what were we saying before that? Oh yeah. So I don't know. Long story short, I think that like I don't think that she meant anything by it, by saying what she said about their relationship. I think that it's just like, I think it should be a warning to both of them. And then like her relationship with her ex, like, it seems like they split fine. Like, again, there wasn't a whole lot of she's written music. Like, she wrote music about him, but like we haven't heard anything crazy. Like, right? So we'll see. I'm for it. Okay, so
We're going to do the Am I the Asshole, and then we're going to be done. Okay. So so there's one that I really want to read because it has 7,000 comments.
Okay.
And 5,000 upvotes.
Okay.
But there's another one. So this is 2 titles, and you're going to pick a title again. Okay. This one I'm going to tell you the title. It has 12.7 thousand upvotes, 1,100 comments.
Okay.
It was 22 hours ago. It says, "Am I the asshole for taking potatoes off a guy's plate at a wedding?" I'm trying to figure out why it has 12.7 thousand upvotes though.
No, I'm curious
because that makes me think like
how we got.
That makes me think that there's something there. The other one is, "Am I the asshole for driving away without my wife because she can't plan?" I kind of want to read that one.
I do, but I kind of.
Are you curious about the potatoes?
I'm curious about the potatoes. I gotta know why this is so shocking that this many people had thoughts about it.
Okay, I haven't read this yet.
All right.
This is a pretty short one, so we'll be able to get through it quick. And then I'll tell you what the overall vote is because there's an overall vote on here. Okay, so it's posted by Gullible Knows 9502, 22 hours ago on Am I the Asshole on Reddit. So, title is, "Am I the asshole for taking potatoes off a guy's plate at a wedding?" It starts, it doesn't say their ages or anything on here, so there's no ages or names. "I just got back from my friend's wedding in Mexico. It was fancy. Oh, it was at a fancy all-inclusive. So I'm assuming it was an all-inclusive resort.
Right.
Everyone mostly did their own thing with only a few group events planned, other than the wedding and the reception, obviously. One of the group activities was dinner out at an of the restaurants."
One of.
Okay, thank you. One of the group activities was dinner out at one of the restaurants that required a reservation. It was beautiful and the service was fantastic. One hiccup: the best man did not want potatoes. He wasn't allergic. Potatoes did not take out his, this person thinks they're funny. He wasn't allergic. Potatoes did not take out his parents in a dark alley, and he hasn't sworn to avenge them. So basically, he's not Batman. As far as I know, anyways. I speak Spanish, and after he asked me, I asked the waiter to please not serve him potatoes. Well, you know where this is going. He was maliciously served potatoes, and he would not shut up about it. He pointed out to everyone at our table that he had been served a starchy tuber against his will. Other tables were watching him and listening to him getting upset about the potatoes. He ate the rest of his meal, but would not drop the potatoes. I couldn't take it anymore. I reached over and grabbed the potatoes with my hands and put them on my plate. And then
what kind of potatoes are these? Are they mashed?
They must have not been mashed because I'm assuming this person didn't pick up.
But how funny would that be if they were just like, shoot?
I reached over and grabbed the potatoes with my hand and put them on my plate, and then I ate them. He just sat there stunned. Then he got up and went to his suite. He avoided me the rest of the time there, but he made sure to tell everyone what an asshole I was and how unladylike my behavior was. I wanted him to shut the fuck up about the potatoes. My friend wants me to apologize for causing drama. Am I the asshole? So
this is so random.
So
I mean, that sounds like something you do. Was she not like? Is she married to this man? It seems so random to just like take food off someone else's plate that you don't.
So it's her friend's wedding, and the best man, like, I'm assuming is in their friend group.
Okay.
No, because if you're the friend of the person who's getting married, I'm assuming you're close to the best man too.
Okay.
Usually people they must be in the friend group. So it was the best man who didn't want the potatoes, and she was basically tired of him bitching, so she was just like, fine, and she just took the potatoes off his plate.
Okay. What's the consensus?
The consensus is okay. So okay, yeah, we'll read some comments. Please review the voting guide here. The reminder that we use only one judgment in your comment. Okay. basically, OP says it's like a little update, like an edit. A guy in the wedding I was at was served mashed potatoes he didn't want. Mashed potatoes. She scooped the mashed potatoes with her hand. Did she say she scooped them with her hand?
Yeah.
With She's basically saying, they're basically like, so people are basically like, I don't understand. Why would you be the asshole? You just took the potatoes off his plate. She's saying that she scooped, after listening to him bitch about for 10 minutes, I grabbed a fistful of potatoes and ate them. So she literally just scooped it out and just shoved it in her mouth. I might be the asshole for causing drama at the wedding. I just really needed to not hear about the fucking potatoes anymore. Wow. Are you the asshole? I think so. I feel like
he was done eating when she did it, right? She said he was finished eating and still wouldn't stop talking about potatoes. So she ate them to make a point.
Then you just take the plate and you eat off the plate. You
she
just literally bare hand scooped.
I think she got way too triggered by these potatoes. Why is these mashed potatoes triggering you so mad? I don't understand.
So this person says she said when he left the table, you achieved your purpose and got him to stop talking, which is what you wanted. Because she scooped the potatoes off and ate them,
and he left.
And then he got up and left. So she did what she got the ideal reaction, and she said extra points if you can get him to ignore it as well. It was him who acted like a spoiled brat and started the trouble. I agree. Just shut up. You don't like potatoes. Move on, bro. This person says, "Don't feel OP. Don't feel badly. The tuber shall pass." I don't TUBER tuber, right?
Yeah.
Tubber.
What does that mean about? I don't understand.
Is it tubber?
Maybe, but I don't understand what that's references.
I don't know what that reference is either. It would be great to one day get to the root of his problem, but him getting starchy over a small fry issue must have been very unappealing. This person just left. Excuse me, we're very tired. I've gone like 5 times this podcast. I apologize. I'm so tired. He said they're very unappealing. This person just had all the freaking puns. Starchy, unappealing. They even spell it UN-A-peeling. This one says, "You're my own private Idaho."
A bunch of puns.
You can't rest assured that you will win the gold for potato puns.
You can't.
Oh man, people are so stupid.
What was the overall? Did everybody say she's not the asshole?
Overall vote, not the asshole. Everyone thinks this person sucks and that they should just stop complaining. And so there's another Reddit, I guess, page called Petty Revenge. I feel like should be on there.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like it was really petty, but like warranted almost. Like I feel like somebody low key was like dabbed her up at the end, like
applauded her.
Yeah, they should have been like they should have gotten one of those. What's that movie, Rudy? Yeah. Slow claps.
I feel like I just am imagining her. He's just sitting there and he's just complaining about it. She just looks at dead in his face and scoops some potatoes and shoves them in his mouth and just stares at him while she eats them. And he just gets up and leaves the table.
Yeah, basically everyone's been saying that like they just don't understand like why are potatoes so triggering to him?
Why is she triggered by his hate of potatoes?
So you think she's the asshole?
I just think that
oh my gosh. She's Monster Marbles. Oh my gosh. Why is this so funny? I feel like I lost you when they did the Idaho pun.
No, the con pun was really funny.
Which one?
The con pun. I don't understand why she was this triggered by his hate for potatoes.
But okay, let's just put it in context. Okay,
you guys, if you are not watching, you can't see me.
She's literally crying over here. If you like, if you have something on your plate and you don't like it, I just think it's unnecessary to continue to tell everyone how much you hate the thing. That would piss me off. I'm like, can you just, we got it. You don't like Brussels sprouts, bro. Like, move on. And I think, and also, she must have been sitting. She had to be sitting next to him, which is more annoying. Because you're just trying to, like, carry on, have a casual conversation with everybody at the wedding, talk about how beautiful it is, this and that. And this fool's just like, mashed potatoes, like, every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, are you okay? Like, what? You need therapy. Like, legit. That seems like so irrational to me.
Again, like, my thing is this, like, I feel like they both acted like toddlers.
Both of them.
Like, their responses are just like
sibling-like, almost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is your relationship to this man that you were just sticking your hand on his plate and eating his mashed potatoes? Shoveling them with your hand, your bare hand. I, like, not even, like, this is the thing, like, I could even, like, you just take, like, a fork and you just, like,
yeah.
Right? But, like, to shovel it and, like, that's just so extreme.
And you know what's so funny is that you picked that up. You picked that up at the beginning. Like, wait, how did she get them off of the plate? And then I was like, no. And then, of course, I'm like, there's no way she probably used the utensil.
Yeah, spooned them neatly onto the plate.
No, just, but she also apparently didn't scoop them to her plate. She just scooped them off and proceeded to eat them.
Yeah, like a freaking movie.
Crazy person.
Like, oh.
Anyways, long story short, I think everyone sucks here. I think she sucks and he sucks.
I think they both need therapy. Like, that is not, like, okay, cool, bro. Shut the fuck up about your potatoes. You sit in your chair and keep your hands to yourself.
Separate corners.
Right. Like on. I couldn't imagine. Like, and again, like, that's something our kids do.
We do, like, big Thanksgiving dinners. Can you imagine somebody sitting at the table the entire time complaining about the sweet potato casserole and how they don't like it the whole time? And then their husband or partner or friend, whoever they're with, proceeds to be like, oh yeah, you don't like these sweet potatoes, huh? And just scrapes them off the plate and proceeds to eat them.
Well, this is what
I'd be like, whoa.
This is what happens.
What the heck?
It's like levels of insane. Okay? You got your level that's this high, it's super annoying. Like, just shut up, no one cares.
Yeah.
And then you have someone that just laps them. Like, you don't have to one up the nut. Like, just
yeah. Just let the waiter come get the empty potato plate and just move on.
Like, or just be more like, take a spoon, like, just, you know, if you want to taunt them, be like, you don't like potatoes? Mm-hmm. I'll eat your potatoes. Or like, hey, if you don't like your potatoes, I'll just eat them. It's fine. Just shut up about it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just so many places I would have gone in my head before I'm scooping freaking food off somebody else in public.
I feel like that person has, like, some pent up anger. Like, they're one of those people that just is like, pushes things aside, like, oh, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
And you're like, no, what? It's not fine. It just
flips the table over.
Smashing things. Oh, okay. Well, on that,
I'm glad we picked the potato one.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do the other one next week because I really want to know what happens. And I don't like to read the stories before because I like to get reaction with you.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do the other one next week. Anyways, time to go.
Yes.
We are tired. We have.
Pardon the strange lighting.
Yes.
Adjustment.
If you're watching on YouTube, the lighting got weird for a minute because our light died. So we had to turn on an overhead light, which is not great, but hey, you can see our faces now. So
yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're listening, you don't care about lighting. So who cares?
Right.
Anyways, if you're listening or watching, we love you guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us for a little bit of your time. We really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Leave us a comment. Chat with us. We want to hear what you have to say. DM us, follow us on Instagram. All that stuff is in the description. And yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.